Hello guys, welcome back to another video. Today I'm just trading the news. 80 payrolls came in. We can see that less jobs are available. We can see minus 32,000 from the previous reading or from the forecast of 52k. So the economy is struggling, which is bad of course, but that's good news in the long run because it means interest rates will get cut. So right now I'm building some longs. We can see of course on the initial news when they came out they will drop because as we said these are the bad news, but if you look outside of the box we know those are the good news. So I'll just build longs. I will just build longs at these lows and then I will trade back towards these imbalances up here that I left out from that move down. I'm not looking to make that much money. I'm just looking for those fast pushes up, just like that one. So yeah, this could be a quick trade, or they could drop down into this previous wick to then go up. The markets will open in 1 hour and 10 minutes, so they have a lot of time to do their thing. I do believe they will actually break even this high right here and then push up even more. But right now they're just building bids at the lows, at the lowest point. At the highs of the range we can see we have this trend going to the upside. So yeah, this would be a retrace to then continue to push up even more. There's a push, $100 on the Nasdaq, 60 on the S&P. Delta is showing positive. You can see the amount of buying coming into the markets. We are at the point of control on the Nasdaq, same with the S&P. It's still going up, so I still have no reason to get out. You can see how the book is light is because, as I said, the New York is not open yet. Look at that push. That's a strong push to the upside. One strong candle close. This will be the second one. 150. Still looking good. As I said, I'm looking for them to break this high to then look to take some profits. Do you see that fast push down that happened, but how easily they pushed up through it anyways, and now they're continuing to move up even more. Again, they push down. Now we should expect the same thing to happen. They will push up from this point and move up. You can see 67 came in on the Nasdaq, but you can see it didn't drop down. So let's see if they can absorb this selling to then move up again. We need to see bids showing us promise of holding trades or to holding this range to then push up even more. We have this 50 MA right here as well. We can see the 5 and 13 MA will cross the 50 MA to them, which is a bullish sign. So yeah, we have left out these imbalances when they moved up so quickly to the upside. So I should have in mind that they could actually drop down into these imbalances to then push up again. So let's see. Usually after the news came out, like 5 minutes after the news come out, you will see a lot of volatility in the charts, but then after 5 minutes it will slow down. So yeah, already 8 minutes passed, and you can now see how the market is moving a bit slower than the previous 8 candles. So yeah, you just gotta factor that in. You gotta know what you're trading, what kind of environment you're trading. So yeah, there's another push up. Let's see if they can break this high. Just need to see some buying happening right here. Some buyers hitting the market. That's another sweep down. That's very aggressive. Gotta be careful. They're coming back into this imbalance they left out. Let's see. You can see how fast they push up as well. That's very important. Those close. Just need to see delta flip to the positive. I need to see some bids being stacked. I need to see that momentum pushing price up. Still stuck in this zone going up and down. We are still above the 50 MA on the S&P. Still pretty close to the high that I want to see them take out. Nasdaq is holding out pretty well, same with the S&P. Unless they decide to drop down from this point, I can see a lot more selling, large orders hitting the market, being the sells than the buys. I just have to pay attention. Still stuck at the point of control. Just gonna cancel these orders. I'm just gonna look to take profits and look for the next opportunity, because yeah, it does seem like they will drop down. Just take the break even on the S&P and Nasdaq. I could build some longs from the lows again, because this first move was not successful to push price up. But the second one could be. You can see how aggressively they moved down. They moved up from that point. Yeah, there's another move up. I mean, yeah, that's in hindsight, you know, we never knew price was gonna do that. We just had this imbalance that they had to trade towards, and I wasn't happy with my trade going against me if they were to drop down. So yeah, I just paid myself. Just waiting to see if I can see some promise of Nasdaq moving up. If I can see some buyers on the S&P, but as I said, already 13 minutes passed, and we can see how low the book is, how slow there is no momentum in the moves. You could see them, but you can't see any orders backing up those moves. It's just very low liquidity. Very low amount of market participation is required for price to move, you know, so you can see easy spikes up, you can see easy spikes down. It's not consistent, you know. And those are the times I don't usually trade. I do always advise people to just trade the New York Open, because, or not the Open, but the New York session itself, because it's very liquid. You can see no orders, no big orders coming in. It's just 3, 5, 5, 3, 19, 11. It's very light book. Look at the chop, yeah. If they do come down and fill in this imbalance I left out from this move up, I will look to, again, build some longs from these lows because I saw how quickly they pushed up from that point. And of course, it's because of the news as well. You can see the negative delta on the Nasdaq, but it's not really dropping down. So it's gonna give me the clue that they're holding this range out well. So I'm just gonna go long 3 contracts again on the Nasdaq, give it a little more room to breathe. Let's see what they do with this trade. We do see another spike down. I'm gonna fill in some more orders here on the S&P when they drop. A lot of buying on the Nasdaq, and you can see they're holding out very well. 58 on the buy side. Just gonna mark it off. So some 41 on the sell 19, but you can see they haven't dropped, so they have been absorbed. Let's see if S&P can push up. Nasdaq will follow, of course. Just gotta be patient. More buying on S&P and Nasdaq. That's a sweep down with a lot of sell orders, but you can see they pushed up as well, which is good. That has happened here previously, and we saw move up until they lost the range, of course, and dropped down. There it is again, another sweep down. As you can see, these wicks, they're leaving out. Someone doesn't want lower prices. We do see a fast drop down, and I can see some buyers on the S&P. I will look to build some more longs on the Nasdaq and S&P itself. Just look to build my position from the lows. Still stuck. There's a drop on Nasdaq. Very light book. Barely any buying or selling. Not ideal. What they're doing now is just consolidating. They're building buys at the lows. They're preparing for a move up, which can come, of course, at a later point. It doesn't have to be right now. We're just exploiting the market, seeing if they will do what we believe them to do, and if not, that's okay, of course. So yeah, waiting for our entries to get triggered at the lowest point. Nothing else to do. Just read the markets. And trade what we see. We can see how we are in profits on S&P, but we are in a loss on the Nasdaq. That's interesting. Point of control close on the S&P. Nasdaq is a bit above price. You can see drop, retrace, drop, retrace, drop. But they are not dropping down aggressively. That's a key thing. $11, $1, 13 comes in, pulling from the bids. Then you see a push up, that's good. Nice amount of buying on the S&P. Same with the Nasdaq. 25.18. We had 58 right here being bought previously. We can see that memory in the market being triggered. You can see how they drop, but they push up quickly. So I'll just enter. I can see the momentum building up. I'll just enter 2 more longs on the S&P and Nasdaq. Let's see. This will be the proof of the move, if they can actually push up. If not, I'm out. Let's see. Buying on the S&P and Nasdaq. There's the push again. That's good. So they're building that momentum. Look at that candle. Good. Not bad. Not bad. Come on, Nasdaq. S&P is still far away from that high that I want to see them take. You can see on the DOM it's not that far away, but on the chart it is. Just don't want to get chopped out. I'm just looking for a reason to get out. Pushes up again, that's good. I'm still seeing buyers, so still no reason to get out. 56 right here came in on the S&P, 32, 33. Some offers are being stacked at highs. We have this 70 offer, which can act as a magnet. I could trade towards it. I just need to see that another push up. You can see how strongly they close that candle on the S&P. That's good. Let's see if they can continue this move to the upside. 127 on the offers. We can see a bit more offers than the bids, which is normal when you see this choppy range. Yeah, I'm just not seeing that follow through that I want to see on the Nasdaq. 100 on the Delta. 100 more buys. Come on, S&P push up. There's the push, nice. No one's on the offers. Nasdaq is moving up as well. Very close to the highs. Very close to my TP. I'm just gonna take the profit on the Nasdaq because we know how volatile it can be. Yeah, there's a drop on Nasdaq. Good thing I took some profits. Do you see that fast push up? Do you see that? How they pushed up, but how quickly they came down. 106 came in here on the buy side. Here as well. No one is selling. You can see no one is selling. That is good. So I'm just gonna stay in this trade. Yeah, drops on the Nasdaq. Could be a reason to get out. But you can see they're still pulling from the offers, which means they want to sell higher, which in short term means moves up. I am still seeing buyers being present. You can see how much the delta is positive, how much buying is occurring at these highs. But the more time they spend at the highs and not move up, the more I'm gonna believe this move is not designed to move up even further. So yeah, I'm just gonna be careful. You can also notice that I'm not using that much size. You can see my profits are not that big. But as I always say, you always have to know your risk. Yeah, there's the move. I'm just gonna get out. Just get out from the S&P trade as well. We can see how the book is moving too fast now. So yeah, not that big of profits today, or not today, but I will still trade in like an hour when the New York opens. But I just wanted to exploit this move, this news move. So yeah, as I said, I wasn't using that much size. I always say you have to know how much you are prepared to lose. You have to know your risk. So yeah, you have to know when to use big size, when to use small size. This time, of course, when you trade the news, it can go up and down. It doesn't really matter what you believe in. But we did have the right idea in mind. But we can see we were just caught in the chop. I didn't expect price to be this choppy this time around, but it was. So yeah. But I mean, of course, accept the fact it was choppy and then move on, focus on the next trade. So yeah, I'm just gonna cut the video here and I'm just gonna trade a bit, wait for the New York to open, and then trading can start officially. So yeah, see you guys around.